Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. It's the In Wheel Time car talk show. Just ahead, Kevin Fitzpatrick with OPUS IVS with maintenance differences between electric and gasoline-powered vehicles. I got to drive the 2023 GMC Sierra pickup, give you my impression of it. We'll also have the cruise-in calendar, and later Conrad will have This Week in Auto History. I'll have the stories making automotive news headlines, and Jeff, we don't know what he's going to do. It's just ahead on the In Wheel Time car talk show. Howdy, along with Mike, Out of This World Mars, King Conrad DeLong. We need more Jeff Seekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. And we're also welcoming to the show right now Mr. Kevin Fitzpatrick. And Kevin is the Senior Vice President of North American Operations for a company called OPUS IVS. Kevin's 32 years in the automotive industry, ASE certified master tech with L1, co-owner of a large repair shop on Long Island since 1996, Conrad. Built the technical support team, scaling to 100 technicians with AutoLogic Diagnostics starting in 2006. AutoLogics was acquired by Drew Technologies in 2016, and along with several other acquisitions, became OPUS IVS. Kevin oversees all the operations here in North America. Kevin, I'm not worthy. It sure is good to have you here today. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Well, you've been around the track a couple of times. Are you in Long Island?
I am. I'm in Long Island right now. I'm actually at one of my repair shops right now talking to you, gentlemen.
Well, I could tell by the accent that you're not from Texas.
That didn't take long.
No, exactly. Well, we've got another New Yorker sitting on the dais here by the name of Conrad DeLong. And
I'm a Westchester County kid.
Oh, here you go. Just right over the sound. Yeah.
Yeah, forget about it.
Yeah. So what we wanted to talk to you about today was the differences between electric and gasoline-powered vehicle repair and how you see it's going to affect the auto repair industry.
Okay. Well, as far as the repair goes, the most important thing, obviously, is technicians that are used to working on internal combustion vehicles. They have to take these cars seriously. The high voltage systems on these things can light you up in a heartbeat, and again, it's all over. So I can't stress that the safety aspect of it enough. As far as the maintenance goes, these things require maintenance like any other vehicle. Those of us that have been around the industry for a while, remember timing belts, and especially here in the Northeast, we were replacing exhaust systems on these cars, at a minimum of every 18 months or two years. All of that's gone. So again, it's a different world. If you talk about a Tesla Model 3, for instance, that's about a 43 or 4,600 pound vehicle. A comparable size Honda is about 3,200 pounds. So we all know that weight means wear. So when these cars are driven and they get up around 80,000 miles, they need pretty extensive suspension, front end repairs. They need alignments like all of the other vehicles on the road. So there's from a shop perspective, there's plenty of maintenance to be done, and from a consumer's perspective, there is a slightly better cost of ownership for an electric vehicle, simply because the less moving parts in the engine.
And so, Kevin, we had a discussion briefly before you came on today, and that was about the fact that what actual fluids are on an EV. Does it have coolant?
It has coolant, and it has what they call drive fluid. Drive fluid is essentially transmission fluid. Same makeup as like a Dextron fluid. It's got about a 5 year life. So 5 years, 80 to 100,000 miles. You have to replace those fluids. So yeah, there are fluids to be changed. Cabin air filters need to be changed. Air conditioning needs to be serviced in exactly the same way that we've serviced it in the past. Obviously, different coolant type, but again, plenty of money to be made for the shops. Looking at it from the shop perspective as well.
And the fluids are specific to an EV because they have to be non-conductive. You can't have a fluid that will transfer loose electrons throughout the system. So a coolant, an engine coolant, like, what we look at as antifreeze, has to be very specific for an EV because you can't have that conductivity of the fluid that normal antifreeze does. And with your dry fluids as well, everything has to be non-conductive because they have to control that, what I'll call the cross-contamination of electrons within the system.
That's a fair point.
So speaking of, I'd like to back up just for a second, this high voltage aspect. I mean, again, I don't work on them, but I know that my 12-volt system in my truck, I mean, there's places I can hit it and it'll light me up and I'll know it's there, but I don't think there's anything under that hood that's going to kill me, or I don't think about it that way, or do it seriously damage.
It's the voltage versus amperage question, right? Voltage is annoying and it'll knock you down. Anybody who's ever been tased could tell you that. But it's amperage that kills you. It's that electron flow that will kill you. There's quite a bit of safety equipment that all shops have to have, and they need to check it regularly. And I don't recommend anybody get involved in these things that does not take a serious safety course first. You have to treat these things with respect and keep your wits about you when you're working on them.
So how many do you normally get in per week or per month that you see?
Well, there's two. Again, I live in two different worlds. One world is, again, as the senior vice president of OPUS IVS. But what we do is we have about 4,000 customers on the mechanical side in the country, and what we do with those customers is we're able to actually remote into the Tesla vehicle. We have Tesla technicians on staff where we're able to make a diagnostic decision remotely by looking at those cars and working with independent repair shops. On Long Island, in my repair world, we're seeing, I would say, 6 to 8 on an average week between the locations.
Wow.
Well, and one of the things you talked about earlier is the weight difference between an ICE-powered vehicle versus an EV. As the world and the federal government is forcing everybody to transition to EV, heck, the roads we have today can't deal with the vehicles we have today. So now we're going to add an extra 1,000 pounds per vehicle to wear and tear on the roads themselves, not just the suspension of the vehicle, but just the damage to the road is going to elevate itself.
Well, you couple that with the instant torque provided by an electric motor, and you're absolutely correct. I mean, the tires on these things are critical, but per vehicle, on average, you're talking about 1,000 pounds additional, as you mentioned, per vehicle. I mean, if the government was to get their way, and by 2030, we're living, ICE vehicles, internal combustion vehicles are a thing of the past. There's gonna be a lot of things I don't think have been taken into consideration yet, as far as impact.
So when you say the wear and tear, again, I never thought about the tires. So you got an extra 1,000 pounds there. So that's say a truck. Would that be considered like 1,000 pounds? That's part of the payload, so it can't haul as much, I guess. But are there special tires, or you just buy the tires that are load rated for that?
They're load rated. They're load rated for those specific vehicles.
Okay.
Like the way that those cars have unparalleled acceleration. I mean, you guys were all of similar age. We all probably hot rodders back in the day, right?
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah, take a ride in a Model S. I mean, those things. I mean, they accelerate like anything else. I spent some time at the drag strip this last summer, and there were Teslas winning just about every race that they entered.
Now, you talked about the different shops you have and what you do. ASC certifications for a normal tech would be ASC certified in AC or engine components and things. Are there ASC certifications for electric, for EVs?
There are EV certifications. As a matter of fact, we have a team member out this morning getting his advanced driver assistance systems ASC test. ASC has always been really, really good about keeping up with the industry and making sure that all the new technology, they have technicians testing out on it.
And a lot of the ASE testing on this is more about safety related, trying to keep the technician from hurting themselves, working with these high voltage, high amperage systems.
Yeah, as it should be. I think as new technicians come into the industry, this will be their norm. But I think there is a serious risk to a technician, right? The old question of old dogs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Take a guy that's been doing this for 20 or 30 years, and all of a sudden he's working on an EV. It's a cable's not a cable. Yeah, again, I can't stress that enough.
Does an EV certified tech make more money than an ICE tech?
That's a great question. Right now, I wouldn't say so. I mean, even if when you look at the dealer network, I think Tesla is probably paying about $27 an hour. Techs can do better, at a mainstream dealership. I think that any education should add something to the technician's hourly or yearly wage. But I can't answer that. I can't say that they're actually making more money presently.
Are the schools actually zeroing in now so you can be an ICE tech or you can be an EV tech?
Yes, you can. Tesla actually has an excellent program called the START program. Again, they're part of the START program, where again these technicians are only trained up on these electric vehicles.
Yeah. So my question was, where do you recruit the techs from? The local colleges?
I assume.
Much like they do down here.
Well, actually, it would probably start more along the lines in high school.
Right.
That
The gamers.
Right, and I would be into that category because when I had career day at high school, I had already gone to GM training school, and I was headed for service advisor position at a local Chevrolet dealership. Mm-hmm. And I would imagine that that's kind of how it still goes today, isn't it?
It is. I mean, like I mentioned, we have about 100 technicians on staff, and the technicians at Opus. And what our technicians do is they'll commonly come out of trade school or high school or move into the automotive industry. They'll learn their craft over 10 or 12 years, and then we'll actually hire them out of the dealer network and put them to work, again, making diagnostic decisions for thousands of shops across the country.
And at that level, they're making really good money, aren't they?
They sure are. I mean, it is really a great career path for anybody. I mean, you guys have probably talked ad nauseum about the technician shortage. It's very real. We need to get young people into it, and it really is an excellent career path. And honestly, some of these vehicles you can go home at the end of the day quite clean, considering the technology that they're working on.
Is the shop labor rate different for an ICE vehicle than it is for electric vehicle?
Not presently that I'm aware of. Again,
and what is like the average repair cost of an EV? Is there one?
Again, tough to question. The alignments cost virtually the same amount of money. The equipment needed to do it is identical to an ICE vehicle. Cabin air filters. I think the bills are there's just less maintenance, as I mentioned earlier, because of the shorter number of moving parts.
Well, also the shop owner has a little bit of expense involved in this as well, because it's on an ICE vehicle, and this is something I trained a lot on working for BG Products, is you needed to know where the fire extinguisher was. Well, with an EV, you need to know where that pole is to pry the guy off of the EV if he gets lit up. So that's part of the safety system within the shop, is knowing where the fire extinguisher is, whether or not they're charged up correctly, and knowing where the pry pole is, the non-conductive pry pole is. And I'm not aware of, and I know that's always been a big fear of the tech that gets bit. I'm not aware that that's become much of an issue.
No, it's not. I mean, I haven't personally heard of any stories, but when you consider that if you do get in trouble, somebody else has to be there to save you. Okay, so something along those lines. When you consider that, it makes maybe some of the work habits within these shops a little bit different as well.
Yeah, buddy system.
Do you isolate the EV repair guy from the rest of them? Has he got a special place in the shop?
No, we don't. And again, I don't think most shops do. As I mentioned, we're interfacing with I don't know, probably on an average week, 80 or 100 shops that are working on these vehicles. I don't believe that they've got separate work areas.
So pretty much, a technician's there. He may get in an ICE motor or an ICE vehicle, and then the next one may be an EV, and you got people. So I guess that's just
right. I mean, again, because if you're going from ICE vehicle, right, then all of a sudden you're on an EV. You kind of have to stop, as I mentioned, keep your wits about you and say, okay, this is a different animal now.
And I would, with the buddy system, I would imagine that you would need to let somebody know that you're working on an EV, and should you get lit up, you're the person that's going to be designated to get me out of there.
That's correct. Yeah, I mean, again, all of these safety things. I mean, just making sure your gloves and everything are in absolutely good working order. I mean, there have to be shop protocols put in place to make sure that the technicians stay safe.
So where are you going with your company now as far as integrating more and more and more EVs into the repair facility every day? I mean, what does it look like for you in the next year?
Well, again, we're looking right now. Again, you have to make sure you have these technicians on staff. You have to make sure that you're getting the technicians you have out to the update training, staying in front of what's coming out. A lot of it, like I said, everything other than the drive system is pretty identical to an ICE vehicle. Okay, so a very, very good rounded technician that you grow into an EV tech. I think that's the best path at this point. From a financial standpoint, the cars do require less maintenance. They require that maintenance towards the upper half of their life. So again, having an EV only technician on staff today, I don't believe it makes a lot of sense.
Now, what's going to happen as far as repair facility investment into equipment to be able to handle the EVs? How much money are you spending, or you see being spent, to upgrade the facility to handle EVs?
Not a whole lot. Just some safety equipment, and I think that most shops, the biggest expense will be the technician training, and that's where you'll get your greatest value by investing in the technicians.
What about a charging system in the shop?
Those are, well, of course, you need an ability to charge these vehicles as they're sitting. Another thing that needs to be done is when you're doing a Tesla battery test, for instance, that test is 24 hours in the vehicle. Has to start in a fully charged state. So you definitely have to do that. And for any even if you're a repair shop that hasn't made the investment yet or the jump into repairing these vehicles, if you have a spot outside where you can put a charging station for a Tesla, you can start the conversation. If you're allowing motorists to charge up in your facility, if you can possibly spare the space, it's a nice entry into the vehicle. You know what I mean, and a nice broadcast to your customers and those in your town that hey, again, we understand what's coming.
Yeah, customer service.
Do you have anything cooking down in the Houston area or Texas in general?
Not really. No, we have a lot of our technicians work remotely. I probably have 20 or 30 technicians that work for OPUS, living in the Texas area. Again, helping customers every day and performing pre and post scans on collision vehicles. So again, we have a number of employees in Texas, but nothing specific going on there.
Kevin, do you have a website, someplace that we can find out about everything that you talked about today?
Sure. OPUSIVS.com, and that'll give you all the information on our support and tooling program. Happy to talk to any of your listeners that want to kind of give us a call, talk about getting into these things. We're doing a Tesla webinar coming up soon. You can if you go to the website, you can find it. And just kind of getting everybody up to speed on the serviceability of these vehicles, utilizing Tesla Toolbox, which is their their factory software for interfacing with their vehicles.
Kevin, it's great to talk to you. We really appreciate you taking the time with us today. Best of luck to you. We'll be in touch, and hopefully you'll give us a call and let me know what's going on up there.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much for your
You
time.
bet. You bet. Thank you.
Thank you. Kevin Fitzpatrick,
Good
Senior Vice
information.
President, Operations and Training at OPUS IVS. Hey, I want to remind everybody that if you'd like to get in touch with us, you can always shoot us an email. Our address here is info@inwheeltime.com. Time now for this hour's car review. Had a chance to drive the 2023 GMC Sierra, their half-ton pickup truck, and it comes in 8, no fewer than 8
Not 9.
trim levels. The Pro, the SLE, the Elevation, the SLT, the AT4, the AT4X, the Denali, and the Denali Ultimate. I had,
The ultimate Denali.
thank you.
That's only 7.
It's not 7. It's a standard pickup truck, according to the government, half-ton flavor. Has 5 seats in it, including the driver. Exterior changes from last model year. Well, it was revamped in 2022, but the Denali Ultimate is all new for 2023. Huge chrome grille with bright lower valance and tow hooks.
Huge.
Huge. This thing has got everything on it, including the kitchen sink, except I haven't found it yet. Beautiful aluminum wheels on it, really good-looking wheels on a pickup truck. Are you kidding me? Electric folding running boards, standard with this. Dual exhaust tips, all this is standard. And it also comes complete with the multi-pro tailgate, included in the price. And I'll tell you that later. What could use improvement? Still looking for that kitchen sink. It does
It's
have...
it's in the tailgate.
Well, it does have the optional carbon fiber bed at the high-end price of $115. Get it. Save yourself a couple £100. Interior highlights include a great new dash with a huge 13.4-inch horizontal infotainment screen. I'm telling you, GM did it right on this one. They took everything that the Ram had going for it, and they somehow integrated it into this pickup truck, and they turned the screen from being vertical to horizontal. Looks good, works great. Beautiful leather throughout the cabin with wood accents. Nicely done, programmable instrument cluster. Bose sound, by the way, is also included. What I liked, GM has finally got something to compete with the Ram. What could use improvement? The large shift knob on the center console takes up too much room. I had to find something wrong with it.
Well, you like that fold-away thing on the Ford, too.
I like the fold-away thing, and I also like the dial knob.
I
that's
like
on
the dial knob on the dash.
I prefer the dial knob
No,
on the dash.
Not going to do it.
You could always do the shift levers on the
Paddles.
with that shift paddles on the steering wheel, but the knob works for me. 6.2 liter V8 that has 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque, and works through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Tow rating 8,900 pounds. Haul rating 1,680 pounds. Now, gas mileage, 15 miles per gallon city, 19 on the highway for a combined of 17. I got 16.8 over 249.3 miles. What I liked about it, plenty of power. What could use improvement? I think that they really should offer some sort of a hybrid option.
Good point.
That's just my idea. Do they offer any hybrids? Mars?
Not
No.
anymore. They
No.
did.
Now,
They're trying to skip over that, and I think there's tax reasons and things for that, but because the logical thing to do is put a hybrid in one.
just a thought.
Well,
It doesn't have to be a
logical.
plug-in hybrid.
Nope.
Whatever. It just needs a little help in the mileage department. Ride and handling. If you like that 18-wheeler effect, this is it. What could use improvement? It was a little stiff compared to the competition. But, it's so minuscule, I don't think most people would know.
It's a new truck.
Well, it's that. But, this is an unloaded truck. I had nothing to tow. I had nothing in the bed of the truck, and the truck is built to do that. And that's how they adjust the ride and handling for each particular model of truck, and it's a 1500.
But like we were talking to Kevin Fitzpatrick there, if the battery adds 1,000 pounds, you could easily put a 1,000-pound battery in that and have you a nice hybrid.
I guess. Well, it would be. Yeah.
Too much logic.
Yeah. Let's not even go there.
General Motors don't make sense.
It's hurting my brain.
Base trim price. Base trim price, $80,500.
For your Denali.
Price as
Ultimate.
tested, $82,855 for my Ultimate Denali. Base model price, if you want to get into a GMC Sierra pickup truck, $42,800 is the starting price. Competitors, Ford F-150 Limited, $86,705. I went with the actual price comparison with the upper end models of the manufacturers.
Yeah, if you had the upper end, yeah, that's good.
Ram 1500 Limited Crew, $81,565. And the Toyota Tundra Capstone starts at $77,040. Let's not keep you awake.
You're not.
Okay. Time now for the cruise-in calendar. And Mr. Conrad's got that.
Sleepy.
Sleepy this morning. A little sleepy. Did you get up early, not sleep well last night?
I didn't sleep well. Don't know why.
Because you're dreaming about me and this show,
Yes.
as you always do.
Lord.
Lordy, lordy.
Jeff, you want to move so you're not between them?
Just threw up in my throat.
So tonight at is track casual night at Speed Sport in New Caney. The
go-kart
track in New Caney.
Yeah.
It's called what?
Speed Sport?
Track casual at Speed Sport.
What?
4 p.m. to 10
It's the
p.m.
event. It's called Track Casual.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then also tonight at 5 p.m. is the All-American Muscle car show at Kroger's on 99 and Riley Fuzz Road in Spring.
I think it's Riley Fuzzle, but you're okay.
Fuzzle.
F-U-Z.
Fuzel.
No, it's Fuzzle. Anyway, go ahead.
And then also tonight at 6 p.m. is Eat Sleep Car Meet at O'Shealy Imports on West Little York.
May I love you a long time.
7 p.m. tonight is the 610 Cruise Night and Meet at the Taco Cabana on East Freeway. And they roll out at 9 p.m. So it's going to be gather up at 7 and go out on a cruise at 9 p.m.
And it's going to be cold tonight.
And it's going to be cold.
Put the
tonight.
top down.
Take plenty of brown water.
Yeah.
No, not when you're driving.
Oh.
No brown water while you're driving.
Okay, well, we need to get on with this.
4:30 tonight is the Rosenberg Meet, and that's a free cruise in. 4 p.m. tonight is the 77 Runners Meet at La Torcia Brick Oven Pizza. Don't get me going.
Torcia.
Torcia. And that's in Kemah. Also tonight is the Ocean View Classics Meet. Tomorrow is Octane and Espresso at Black Rifle Coffee on Highway 6. Tomorrow is also Basics of Polishing in Rosenberg. And then tomorrow night is Sunday night at Freddy's Steak Burgers on FM 1960 in Eldridge. And then the Super Bowl party.
I got to be at work Monday. Is this going on?
Yeah, exactly.
The Super Bowl party, truck, car, and motorcycle show at the VFW in Cleveland.
Thank you very much.
right, we
Can we
gotta
end
go.
it there?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In-Wheel Time Car Talk. We also video stream on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. And podcasts are available at your fingertips on over a dozen of the most popular podcast outlets. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break. Tailpipes and Tacos, Houston's premier car cruise-in returns Saturday, April 15th to the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. Bring your Hot Rod Classic, Resto Mod, or any other vehicle you'd like to show and compete for one of 3 highly coveted Chili Pepper trophies. This April 15th kickoff event is one you'll want to put on your calendar because 100% of the money you donate for the free tacos will be given to God's Garage. You heard right. Free tacos. Whatever you decide to give, all of it will be given to God's Garage and matched by Lupi Tortilla. God's Garage gifts vehicles to single mothers, widows, and wives of deployed military in the greater Houston area. In fact, the garage will gift a vehicle to a mom in need at this special event. Be sure to attend the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In, Saturday, April 15th. 15th, 8 to 11 a.m. at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. Free breakfast tacos for any donation to God's Garage. It'll make your heart and your belly feel good. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available on the most popular podcast channels out there in 30-minute episodes. We realize our 3-hour live show can be difficult to catch in its entirety, so now you can listen every day to a convenient, fresh 30-minute episode. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Audible, along with a dozen more. In Wheel Time has the most informative automotive guest interviews and new car reviews, along with popular features including Conrad's Car Clinic and This Week in Auto History, along with automotive news headlines. Our live broadcast airs every Saturday, 8 to 11 Central on InWheelTime.com, the iHeart app, and on YouTube. Be sure to say hello when we're broadcasting from the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise Inn, Autorama, and the Houston Auto Show, among others. Now, it's easier than ever to hear about all things automotive all week long. You're invited to join fellow car enthusiasts in becoming part of the ever-growing In Wheel Time Car Talk family. Don't forget those 30-minute podcast episodes on your favorite podcast channel. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.